Well, hi there everybody. It's Sharon here for a DIY project with Essential Stencil as one of their ambassadors. And I am from the blog I Restore Stuff. And if you are watching the replay, don't forget to comment the word replay, because in the 24 hours after the live, there's another prize being won. If you're watching us live, stay tuned right to the end. Join in the conversation. There's prizes to be won here. Let me know where you're watching from as you jump in and join the live. I'd love to know. We're going to be using some of the beautiful transfers from Essential Stencil and some of their mini tags. So if you are needing anything that we're using today, the description of the live will have all of the supply list right there. So hi Janet, hi Sherry, Jamie's watching. Thank you guys so much. I'm just going to refresh my page so I can see the comments a little clearer. Hi Kathy, Wendy's here, Jessica, hi, thanks so much for watching guys. Let's see where it is. Sometimes it's hiding. All right, might have to refresh again. Evelyn's here from Texas. Hi Melissa. Making sure I'm on the right page then, hey? Essential Stencil. Am I on Essential Stencil page? I am, aren't I? I can't find my live. Guys, if I can't see it, I'm just going to have to go with what I can see on my phone. Jessica, you're new and you're excited to see what we're going to be doing. I can't wait to show you. I was just trying to find the live here so I can watch along and see the comments. Cannot see it playing, so we're just going to go with what I can see right here on the phone. Hi Wendy, I am really well, thank you. And if you have been watching me for some time, you know that we're about to move house. So we've got boxes packed, but it's not this week, it'll be next week. So I'll see where we are next week. I could still be here, maybe in the new house. Stay tuned. All right, today, let me show you what we're going to be using. We are using some of the beautiful rub-on transfers from Essential Stencil. This is the Vintage Birds set. They are gorgeous, absolutely beautiful birds and cages and florals and branches. So that's one of the pages. They come in 3 different pages. As you can see, I've used some of this page. Beautiful bird cages. They work for so many beautiful projects. So I'm going to be using those on our wooden mini tags. Now, if you remember, and if you didn't see my live a few weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, I created these mini tags with the keys from the July Stencil of the Month Club set that Amanda helped collaborate with. And I created these fun keys. Now with our wooden tags, they come with these twine, what do you call it? Jute rope. So there's the 3 gorgeous keys, and I used some of the beautiful fusion metallic paints to, and I painted the back of each of them, or I stained the back. So we worked with the keys. So as with all wooden tags, you can use both sides. So if you didn't want to use them on this side, we could use the other side. So today I'm going to create something beautiful on the other side of these, using some stencil mini tag sets and using the birdcage transfers. So hi Joanne from Tennessee, Rick, Debbie, McCarthy, Debbie's here watching. Hi Tracy. Yeah, gorgeous colours. We've got some metallic colours on there. So we've got a sheet. I actually, if you look at 2 weeks ago, my live from 2 weeks ago, you'll see that I stained using these metallic colours. So I'm not sure if you can see that. It's actually glistening. It's a stain, so you can still see the grain of the wood, but it's really got a beautiful shimmer to that stain. So that's the background that we're using. I may actually remove the jute on these tags just so that they can lay flat while I'm stenciling them. They actually come with the jute just in the packet, so I added them after I made my keys on this side so that I could display them and take photos of them. And you'll see those in the Stencil of the Month Club. I usually post what we've been working on. Yeah, those skeleton keys are gorgeous, aren't they? Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to point the camera down now, so I may not see all of your comments, and so we can see some of what we're working on. Now, I've chosen a few tag sets from different seasons and different holidays that you may not have thought of using for something completely different, for just ordinary home decor. So that's not really related to fall or Easter or Valentine's that I've chosen here today. So I'm going to be using, and these are all listed in the description of the live. So this one is the Pumpkin Tags mini set. I've cut out some birds here ready for my project. It's got this one in it that I wanted to use out of the set that's got the word hello in it. Now you can use the word hello for a whole bunch of different things. It also has a few other cute little tags. It's got pumpkins with the trucks and the pumpkin spices. There's 3 in each set. So don't forget to use my code, iRestoreStuff. I've written it out here on my little chalkboard, and we'd love you to share the live. If you can sprinkle the love around Facebook land, that'd be wonderful. And this is where you can find me on all of my social media platforms, is at iRestoreStuff on Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube with tutorials and so on. But if you use the code iRestoreStuff at Essential Stencil for any of the things we're working with today, you can get 10% off, as well as you can use that same code for the stencilofthemonthclub.com and get 50% off your first month in the Stencil of the Month Club. So, still not seeing that live come through. That's crazy. All right, hopefully I'll see some comments. So that's one of the stencil sets we'll be using this morning. The other one I'm going to use is the He Is Risen 3-pack mini tag set. So they're these tags, stencil tags that are made for the exact size of the wooden tags. Perfect. So I like the words Amazing Grace, and I'm going to put that on a tag. I'll show you how I do that in a minute. And the other one I'm going to use is this Valentine's truck tags. So you may have some of these, but they are all still available year-round on the Essential Stencil website. So just remember, when you order some of these, look for other things in the set that you could use for other days of the year. It doesn't have to be Valentine's when we use this Love Never Fails. That can be used any time of year. It's a gorgeous, comes from the Bible, Love Never Fails, in Corinthians somewhere. But that's a beautiful saying, and that's, again, fits perfectly on a wooden tag. So we're going to think about those 3 and see how... Oh, the other one I did find, but I won't be using today, is from this fall mini tag set, and it's just the word, it says Autumn Blessings. I don't know if you can see that. It says Autumn Blessings. I've got paint on it, so you can't really see it. But even just the word blessings, if you were to make a little mini tag for a gift for somebody, you could add the word blessings to the bottom, along with gorgeous, you know, bird transfer decor. So let's have a look at that. Hi, Kristen from Ohio. And who's that? Marilyn from Texas. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you are new to Essential Stencil, let us know that in the comments as well. Love to know if you're new to the stenciling products or the transfers. I've got my transfer tool, so that tool will come with your transfers in every pack. You can use anything really that's just, it has to have sort of a hard surface that you can rub along. You could use a credit card or a store card or something like that also. So we've got that as our tool. We've got our brushes for when we're stenciling, and this is the Essential Stencil 4-pack of brushes. They also have available just this one, which is the most popular size, is the 5/8 inch brush as a single pack. So we've got those 4 there. You can also get your 10% off using my code iRestoreStuff. And don't forget, for your little details, there's these gorgeous detail brushes here. You can close your little bridges on your stencils with those, or just do some fine detail with those. Let me see if what I was going to do with this one. I think that I'll do the stencil last and put the rub-on transfer on first. So I've already cut out these 2 things from the bird cages transfer set. Little bird. And I thought this little bird looked gorgeous against this copper. You can't see that. Oh, there you go. You can see the metallic shining. But the colours on it just really lent well to the copper on the tag that I've already pre-painted. And I used Fusion Mineral Paint metallic copper. So my branch here that I chose is a little bit longer than the tag, but I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to be too concerned about that. My bird has got his claws like he's wrapped around a branch. So we're going to try and wrap him around this branch, well, wrap his claws around and sit him right there. So see how I've placed it? So when we peel off the backing, it'll be see-through, and you can layer the transfers. So we're just going to leave those bits. We could even make them go down onto the sides. I'll see how that kind of works out. So what we want to do for our transfer, the first thing we are going to do is peel the white paper backing off. And then you're left with the image on this see-through piece of paper. Let me know in the comments if you've ordered some of these transfers. Aren't they just gorgeous? So we want it on a slight angle so that the bird's sitting up a little bit straight and not too crooked. And these branches are going to go off the edge. So once you've got it in the place that you'd like it, I also wanted to try and fit the word hello down here on the tag. So I've just got to make sure that that's going to fit. So it'll go off a little bit here. Place that down as much as I can. Then I'm going to get my transfer rubbing tool and just rub all over that where the transfer is. And we could make that little piece of wood go around the edge. We'll see if it sticks. Oh, it is. It's sticking to the edge there. So that worked out well. So then what we're going to do, oh, there's the light shining on that a little bit, is just peel up the end as we go. Whoop. And just make sure that all of the image is sticking to your mini tag. Thank you to those who have sprinkled and shared our live today. There we go. So it doesn't take too long, and this is depending on the surface that you put the transfers on, and I haven't quite figured out whether it's the glossier or if it's just the type of paint you use. You can put these onto raw wood or stained wood or painted surfaces, and they even go on glass. I'm going to try and get this along the edge here. Sorry?
Jeanette says she's using the bird transfer for a sign at her daughter's wedding.
Oh wow, Jeanette, that sounds beautiful. Using the bird transfers for one of your signs at your daughter's wedding next weekend. That's amazing. Congratulations to the happy couple.
Christine's asking if it's cold there because you're wearing a sweater.
Yes, it's cold here. I'm in Australia, so if you're new to my watching me here, I'm in Australia and it's winter where I am, so it is cold. I've got my lovely assistant, my daughter Amber, over off to the side reading me some comments every now and then, because I usually have it on my laptop, but I'm not seeing everything. I'm not seeing the live here. Okay, I think that's about ready to come off. And if you do see any parts that are still joined on to the plastic up like that, now I've took it right off. I've got to find exactly where it was to put it back down again. There we go. And I'm not going to bother putting those ones over off to the side. There we go. So then you can just smooth that down. You can see the copper branch right there. It's going to look gorgeous with that copper in the background. And here's our little bird. Now let's see what happens when I take the the paper backing off, and we're left with the image on the plastic here. Now this is our first of 3 tags that we'll be doing today, so don't go anywhere. Join in the comments. There's prizes at the end. We're going to give away to 3 lucky winners. And oh, look at that. Fits perfectly just there. Hopefully he's not too crooked. I'm doing this upside down for you all too. Okay, so you can layer it. So see how we've put his feet over the top of an existing transfer, our tree branch there. So and then you can also stencil over the top of the transfers. So I'm going to be showing you that in a minute also. The transfer set that I'll be using first is the pumpkin tags. And any of the sets that I'm using today, I've put them in a little supply list in the description of the live. And Essential Stencil usually also, oh yep, they have done that too. They've pinned that supply list to the top comment by the looks of it. Okay, this one's coming off quite easily, so that's always a good thing. Just got to make sure right to the end here, you don't want any of the bird to be missing. There we go. So see, the plastic's perfectly clean. There's no little bits left on it. If there were, we'd just lay it back down and make sure that they arrived on the image. Wow, I like that. So look at his feet sitting right over the branch there. Gorgeous. So I'm using the pumpkin tag set 3-pack mini, and I'm just going to use the word hello. So what I need to do now, you could even put that on the top if you wanted to, and yeah, but we're just going to do that down here for now. I'm just using Fusion Mineral Paints Coal Black. You can use any craft or acrylic paint in whatever colour that you'd like. So we could have done sort of a brown to match the branch or something similar. What I do want to do though is to tape off a little portion of, I'm just going to rub that tape so it's not too sticky, although it doesn't matter too much for this purpose. I'm going to put that over the pumpkin so that it doesn't accidentally, well, it's off the edge anyway, so it won't matter. There we go. And I will just put a tiny bit of tape, although I don't want it to get on that transfer and kind of peel it off. What I'm going to do at the end is seal it all. Just adding a little bit of tape right there. And I'll use this small 5/8 inch brush. Now I said before, if you missed it, this 5/8 inch brush you can buy as a single brush. So if you've got a set of brushes already and you think, oh, I just need an extra one, you can, you could buy a second set, but a lot of people love that size, and so you can just get that on its own if you wanted to. Use my code iRestoreStuff and you get your 10% off. Okay, I've just dipped it in the black paint and I'm going to offload that on my grocery catalogue right here. Just you need any random piece of paper or cardboard to offload that. So I'm holding still and just going to, don't think I've got enough paint, quite enough paint on the brush. Oh, sometimes I just got to work that into the bristles a bit more. Holding still. And swirling it around, because I can swirl it around because I've got hardly any paint on the brush. So we call this a dry brush method of stenciling, and so I can swirl the paint which has hardly got anything on the brush. So if I brushed it on a piece of paper there, it would hardly get anything off on the brush, but if you swirl it around, it comes on quite nicely. Okay, so there we've got our little word hello, and on our gorgeous copper background with the little bird. I love it. Okay, so that's our first one. Now I had that one pre-cut out, so let's have a look at what other ones we could use for our next, and that was the pumpkin tags. I just used the word hello. Okay, so for this one, I'm using the Valentine's truck tags, and I'm just going to use Love Never Fails. But I kind of wanted to have something on the background here, and maybe we'll use this pretty butterfly, and are these apple blossoms or cherry blossoms? You can tell me in the comments. See if anyone knows. Do you know, Amber? No one knows yet. I thought you might know, Amber. My daughter's into gardening, so it could be some kind of apple blossom or something. So I'm going to show you how we can stencil over the top of the transfer. So we're using this Love Never Fails from the Valentine's truck tags. that link description is there in the comments and in the live. I'm just going to add some of these to the background so that it doesn't matter if our words go over the top of the stencil. So let's see, I think flowers on the bottom, butterfly up the top. We do want to... Sandy thinks it's a cherry blossom. We'll go with that.
And so does Sue.
All right, thank you.
Oh, Kimberly too.
Oh, thank you, ladies. Confirmed. Cherry blossom. Okay, so I will put it a little bit further down the bottom. I'm hoping that the black turns out when I, paint the black over the top of this, that it will still turn out so we can see it. So see how I'm just using, playing with the placement by using underneath the stencil here and seeing where I could place. So the butterfly will fit nicely up above there. The flowers, we'll see how they go there. Let's see what else. Is there anything else that I can add to that? Maybe that'll just be enough. Sometimes simple, minimal is enough. Let me see. This one has some a tiny yellow butterfly. That might be cute.
What you would use the tags for.
Oh, so I'd love to hear from some others in comments because I know that a lot of you love purchasing these mini tags, the wooden mini tags. You can use them for gifts to tie to your gift, but then other people can, then the gift recipient can use them as home decor. So a lot of people will use them in their tiered tray displays. So you can, some of the tags will sit this way, or you can stand them up on a shelf also. I've also used them in another time for, loop the twine around a vase, a tall vase, or you could loop it around a wine bottle as a gift or something like that.
As a Christmas tree ornament?
A Christmas tree ornament, yes. Did someone suggest that in the comments? That's amazing. Yes, correct, you could. So I'm just trying to figure out where I could place this little butterfly here. Might go nicely down there. We could even let him sit on the cherry blossom. Okay, so just now removing that plastic again for our beautiful blossom to sit right down the bottom of our tag. And using my special tool. Now, when you have a brush, you don't want to let it sit drying out. So I've got a wet cloth here that I can wrap it in and it won't dry out. So I've placed my blossom down here. Let's see how well that rubbed on really quickly. Oh, still a little bit to go there. You can sort of see it coming off. I just love this transfer set. So pretty. Is there any other ideas there that what you would use the tags for?
On wreaths.
On wreaths, yes. Beautiful idea. I have seen it on some beautiful wreaths and on cabinet doors, like cabinet handles, just to hang there as a bit of decor. Especially with all of the Essential Stencil designs for different seasons and holidays, you can change them up really quite easily without too much hassle. And it's just a lovely little extra item that you can add. There we go.
That said place cards.
Oh yes.
Another wedding idea.
That's it. Yeah, the beautiful idea for a wedding or a party where you can use them as place cards. Great idea. And you wouldn't even have to use, so that even the stencils you can use by themselves on different, I've used them as on gift cards themselves. But imagine these wooden tags would actually, you could replace the gift card idea by just giving them a tag that they can repurpose instead of just gift cards potentially being just thrown out. But you could reuse these as a gift, right on the back of it. You wouldn't have to do a whole different image on the back. You could actually have a beautiful little message to a friend that they could, if you were displaying it on a shelf, you'd have the message on the back and no one would see that. They'd see the beautiful design on the front. So lots of different ideas. Keep them coming. You guys are great at ideas here in the comments. All right, so I'm just lifting that lightly. I can see the butterfly's antenna still hasn't gone down. Oops, come on. this way. Sometimes if you just start at a different end, there we go. Beautiful. So I just smooth it with my fingers down there, and let's see if we can land this one, this butterfly, down on the pretty blossoms. Right there. Perfect.
I like that you're doing it double-sided.
Yeah, I do love a double-sided effect, exactly. Sometimes you'll be able to do the season on one side and then the holiday that fits within that season on the other. So, you know, you could do a winter one and then have your Christmas on the other side, or Thanksgiving for fall. Of course, our Christmas in Australia is very, very hot, so you would be summer at Christmas. Okay. I love it. So there's our look so far. And this one, if you missed earlier, I was saying how I stained this side. This side has got like an antique gold background on this side, solid painted. And then on this side, I stained it with the same colour. Stained it with the metallic colour. Got a little mark on that. Never mind. Okay, so just going to, that's the one we used earlier on this one here with the hello on the bottom. And now we're going to use Love Never Fails. Oops, and just tuck that on there. And it's going to, the stenciling is going to go over the flowers and the transfer, but that should work nicely. Now you can opt to keep these little, what do you call that? Amber, you would know. These little bits, glyphs or something. You could opt to keep these little decorative lines, decorative lines. Amber's a graphic designer, so she knows these kind of terminologies. But I might just take it off because it runs into my butterfly that I've got in the background. So I just need a little bit of tape for that, and I'll just tape off the lines. So anything you don't want to use on any stencils whatsoever, you just tape it off very easily. And then we've got just the parts that we want to use. So again, my brush sitting over there in the wet cloth is now ready to use again. I'm going to dip it into the paint, the black paint that I'm using. I'm just using the lid of that, and then offloading it onto my paper, junk mail, and then we will see how this turns out. So adding it with just a little bit of a swirly motion, and if you've got hardly any paint on your brush, then you won't get the dreaded bleeding underneath the stencil. But if you have too much on your brush, you will get fuzzy edges and that bleeding underneath the stencil. So just look out for that. And I always tell people, if you are new to stenciling, practice on a piece of cardboard or on a piece of paper first, so that you get the hang of the exact amount that you need on your brush. And just dipping that in again now. Yes, tape is a stenciler's best friend. It sure is. Okay, so I'm now going over the part that had the transfer on it. So we're just stenciling over the top of the transfer. And they do have a bit of a really slick surface. So you want to make sure that you're using a good quality paint that's going to stick to the surface. Fusion mineral paint is kind of made for paint, and as the name suggests, fusion, it'll go over the top of anything. So you'll see that it's probably not as solid coverage right there, but we can wait for that to dry and do a second coat if we wanted to. So let me take that off and see how we went over that transfer section. I think that worked out well. Love never fails. It does kind of run into the design a little bit, but if I did a second coat of that, we'd probably be able to see it a bit better. See, this is why I experiment with you, so you can learn from my mistakes. But also you could do sort of a shadowy I could have done a bit of a shadow background to that, but I might just let that dry a minute and see if I can, because I can see that this F for fails is a little bit darker than the rest of the word that's over the top of the transfer, because the transfer's kind of got a slick surface. And so if I do that again in a minute, when that's dried, I'll leave it off to the side while we do our other one, then I think we'll get a better coverage of it. So if you missed it earlier, we've done this so far on the wooden tags, and I'm on to my last one now, and I'm not sure what I'm going to use for this one. We do want to have some kind of gorgeous bird idea here. Let's see what will fit. Got a few different ones, but I do want to use the one from Here's Risen tags. Now this is from the Easter set, the Easter collection, and within that set of 3 tags I found Amazing Grace, which you can use year round. It doesn't have to be for Easter time, does it? It's got these beautiful wreaths along the side, but if I'm going to add a transfer onto my thing, I think I'll tape off the wreath or the leaves off the side and just use the Amazing Grace on the bottom. Now let's have a look at what birds are we liking here for this. It's kind of a shimmery, pearlescent, I can't remember what colour I used on the background of the tag, but it is quite shiny and shimmery. Let's have a look. We've got just birds. I don't think a cage will fit on our... Cages are way too big for our wooden tags, but they do fit on the large tags. The large tags are perfect for this. So let's have a look. We could even do a bird that's on a branch, maybe. See which ones fit. We need a small branch. Amazing Grace. What do you think? Is he going to fit? He'll fit with a couple of blossoms. And I like the pinkish, I was going to say the pinkish outfit he's wearing. The pink on the bird is beautiful. So there's that one. There's also the blue birds, and they sort of look like they need a branch to sit on as well. So any of these, just gorgeous. We could also add a blossom and then sit a bird on the blossom. Let's have a look at some. Sometimes it's easier just to cut some out and see how they fit. So this one's not going to fit all the way along. I'm sorry, I'm trying to let you see that there. Let's have a look at this one. So the Amazing Grace will sit down the bottom. I want the bird to be the centre of attention, and if we leave that branch off, we want to fit his tail on, and we'll get some of the flowers along here. We can cut that branch off and maybe even add it somewhere else. Let's see how that works. Maybe not. Looking for my people in the comments with their wonderful ideas. Sometimes I'll cut these all out and put them in a little packet so that we've got them for afterwards. Let's have a look with 2 birds on here. Oh, not quite enough room for the 2, but I do like that with the little butterfly added. And then we've got the branches that I was thinking of earlier. And this little branch is separate right here, so that would be also cute. And see how this one, he's got his feet or claws extended so that he'd be perfect sitting on a branch as well. So yes, everyone's saying blossoms would look cute too. So because I'm removing the leaves from around there, let's see if we can fit a bird in. Let's see if there's single birds by themselves. This guy, I like the colours though of some of the other ones. Here's a colour of the bluebird and some butterflies. Or the yellow bird. I don't know the names of these birds, so if you know what they are, let us know in the comments. Oh, there's that little pink one. I think the pink one fits with that tone down there. So look at that. Here he is, sitting by himself. He's looking for a tag to be on. Looking for a branch to sit on. He can sit on the blossoms. If we add the blossom down here, he could sit on top of that. And then we've got the butterfly over to the side and another blossom right here. So we can cut all these little bits out and have a little play with those. just as long as we've got our Amazing Grace down there, it's good to go. Look, we could do 2 blossoms there. The bird, I don't know, he sort of needs to sit. We could have the blossoms facing downwards, like so. And then there is a little bit of a branch looking thing there. We could stick this blossom coming up here. Let's just have a go, shall we? And then we'll put the butterfly randomly somewhere. Okay, we'll see if that will work. Just got to remember where my placement is, round about here. There we go. Hopefully that's going to be the right place. Oh, hopefully our bird doesn't, yes, I was thinking he's, oh, see if I can shift it. Oh, I didn't quite push it down too solidly, so I was able to lift it. Okay, gorgeous cherry blossoms again. Let's go. All right. Once again, just lifting this really gently. Sometimes those ends just don't want to stick down. Okay, we got that. Beautiful. Working well. Lovely. There's our branch. Now we want our bird on top. Or should we put our other branch here as well first? I think we might need to put our other branch here first. So we just, again, you can layer these just a little bit. And bring that off. There, beautiful. So we've got enough room for our Amazing Grace down the bottom. And let's pop our bird on. Sitting on the branch right here. Oops, his tail's going to go off. Didn't think about that, did I? We want his tail to be on there. Maybe he's going to be hanging on to a flower. There we go. Maybe you'll be a lot better than I am at placing these down on top of each other. All right, lifting up the tail section. Wow. Oops, don't lose his hair. I just love that colour pink. Maybe he's blended in a bit too much.
Michelle's asking, is it hard to layer them?
Not too hard, although I'll show you this straight up a little bit closer so you can see. So I've got 3 transfers there, and I tried to layer them as best I could with the 2 branches first. You've just got to think about what would be out the front. So you want the bird to kind of stand out the front as if he's on top of the branches. If the branches were on top of him, it would look a bit sort of strange. So you just got to think about, I suppose, your layering and not be too concerned about that I can't see those flowers behind his breast sticking out there. So you don't worry about that you can't see those flowers behind there. You think, well, nobody knows that they were behind there in the first place. So, and here's a butterfly just about to land somewhere. But it looks like it would fit better. Maybe we'll pop it down here. Where's our Amazing Grace? We could be landing on Amazing Grace. If I had a thought about that, we'd put it on second. Let's do that. So I'll pop this back just anywhere. It doesn't matter if I've taken it off my plastic. I'm just going to put it aside really carefully And we'll put that over the top after we finish the Amazing Grace. Just trying to find some of this tape, because I want to tape off these branches on the side here to make sure that I don't get those on my picture. So there's one side, and then I'm going to tape off the other side. Might need a little bit more. But see how if you just have a look at some of your stencils that you might have in your range at home. Now, I did want to tell you too, we've got some new release stencils coming up very soon, and I'm trying to remember when that was. Oops. There is a new collection coming soon. Pre-orders start Friday, July 15th. That's this week, guys. So stay tuned for those, and don't forget when the new release stencils come out to use my code iRestoreStuff to get 10% off. I will be posting about those on my iRestoreStuff page, so don't miss that this week. But can't wait for you to see those. Who's seen them already? I don't know if they can put them up on the site. Okay, Amazing Grace is going to fit perfectly down here, and then we're going to add our butterfly on top. And we'll just use that black colour again for the text, but as I said before, you can use any colour you like, whatever might suit your decor. Or you might choose a colour out of the stencil, the transfer design that we've used. But just make sure it's quite a contrasting colour to the background. So this is a very light background, so I wouldn't want to use too light a paint, although white would stand out, but not as much. Or you could do that shadowing idea that if you haven't seen me do shadowing, go and check probably a lot of my lives I do shadowing on. So if you need to learn any of those techniques, Essential Stencil right here on their page has a video section. Go to the video section, you'll see playlists. One of the playlists is called Shadowing, so that you can have a look at how to do that shadowing technique. And then we have playlists for each of us ambassadors. We go live every day of the week, well, one of us each day of the week, Monday through Friday usually. So you can find a playlist called Sharon Hankins playlist. That's me, and you'll be able to see any others that I've done along with other ambassadors that are listed there too. So the video section is amazing if you want to catch any of the replays and see different techniques or different stencils being used. Popping that in my wet cloth again. Okay, so we've got Amazing Grace sitting right down the bottom there. Beautiful. I'm going to add my little butterfly right here to the word amazing, and I think that will look really cute. So let's see, waiting for that. It's dry enough, I think. This paint does dry quite quickly too. So there he is. He's got his little landing feet ready. Okay. Yeah, looks dry to me. That's just making sure that I've got his feet right on the word. There we go. It's landing on amazing. So can you imagine, what would you use these for? Gift tags for a friend, or use them in your home decor on your tiered trays, hang them from a doorknob? Some of those fun suggestions that you guys were leaving in the comments before, just amazing. Just a reminder too, guys, there's prizes at the end of our live, so just stay tuned for that. We're almost done here, and then I'll show you all of our designs that we've done today. Whoop, that paint was still a little bit wet, so if you see something on this little piece of plastic, it's just my wet paint from the word amazing, but it didn't take too much from it. Okay, I like that. So what I'll do is I'll probably just seal that over the top with sort of a tough coat sealer kind of a thing. But look, there's the butterfly right down the bottom of Amazing Grace. Is that the cutest thing? These are adorable. So I love the transfers, so many different uses for those. I'm just going to clear off my little bit of a mess right here. I'll have to cut up all my birds later and pop them in packets. I was just going to show you how I add these. You just have to tie a knot in the top of your twine, jute, and then poke it through. So remember, if you didn't see my keys being transferred, that was from the July Stencil of the Month Club. And I think we were getting ready for our next for August's reveal very soon. So, excuse me. There may still be a couple of days left where you can order that July set. I've just been away and we're moving and I've lost all track of time. But those were the key sets right there. And now we've got the gorgeous bird set. So looking for prize winners here on our live today. Let me just pop you up a little bit so I can see. Let me know when you see those winners' names being announced. I'm just going to put these right back through here. Someone just ordered the bird transfers. Yes, they're gorgeous, aren't they? I just love the cages. Can't wait to use those on something as well. I don't think I've used one of the cages yet. But they do fit on the larger wooden tags. So if you've got the larger wooden tags. Oh, and don't forget the cute little houses, guys. Last week I did one of the brand new, added to Essential Stencil, the houses. And they are just adorable. I made it sort of look like shiplap, along the base of the frontage of the house. So don't forget to use my code IRestoreStuff for 10% off anything in Essential Stencil's shop. And also don't forget to use that for the Stencil of the Month Club. So that's where I got the skeleton keys from. It's the July set. So I think that's still available. Don't quote me on that, but just go to stencilofthemonthclub.com and you'll be able to see. But that'll get you 50% off your first month. So that'll get you 50% off the July set. They are beautiful, aren't they? Thank you so much for sharing. Let's have a look. Amber, can you see the prize winners on there yet? Because I'm not seeing the live yet, but let me know, guys. So here's what we did first. We did our copper background with this bird here from the transfer set. And then we did the Amazing Grace with the butterfly. Oh, we didn't do that next. We did this one next. It doesn't matter. Love Never Fails. Oh, I was going to add on to that fails, so I might have to do that. Well, oh, there we go. We've got the winners. But I will get Love Never Fails, and I'll add that after I've announced who our winners are today. Let me just click on that, and I'll be able to see them. Our winners today, we've got Decels, Catherine, is it? Gloria and Rochelle. And you can email support@Essential Stencil. We've got the instructions there to let them know that you were a winner on Sharon's Live today, and you will be getting some kind of prize from Essential Stencil, which is always awesome. So thank you guys so much for watching that today. I'll be with you next week, next Wednesday night, for another live DIY project. I hope you liked those today. Get your Essential Stencil products using my code IRestoreStuff for your 10% off. And find me over on my blog or on my Instagram, Pinterest, or Facebook pages @IRestoreStuff. You'll be able to see me there. Thanks, guys. Bye.